Hello and welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. Starbucks this morning in my cup. Delicious. Let's see what we got going on the channel today, shall we?
Welcome to Morning Coffee. Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning again. No wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean,
and then
holy
they
cow.
I always had a schmear.
He's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that?
So no shout out today. We'll pick that up next week. Well, we had the end of year show and the looking forward to 2024 show. I can say that 2024 started out better for me than 23 did, so fingers crossed. Let's hope that this is a great year for all of us. Let's hope. I know that everybody could sure use it. Going back and reflecting though, and I recommend that to anybody. Every once in a while, and for me it usually takes a holiday to do that, to sit back and take some time and actually reflect on what you've done. Sometimes you'll get down and, a little depression will set in and, oh man, what have I really accomplished? I'm just not, getting a lot done in life, blah, blah, blah. It's always good at those times to look at what you have accomplished in a certain period of time. And so with the channel, I can go back and see what we did this last year. Interviewing Rob Humphreys, which really didn't get a lot of views, which is unfortunate because Rob is an absolutely amazing man. And I will say for his age, because at his age, a lot of people are really slowing down. And maybe Rob is slowing down a little bit. But he still goes out to the desert every month, doing hikes, exploring mines, rock hounding, all of that fun stuff that he enjoys doing. But his past, his history as a fighter pilot trainee, and then going into the air police, becoming a highway patrolman for the state of Utah, his public service is one thing. He is an incredible man, and absolutely am very proud to call him my friend, but his collection of models is amazing. And he really puts us all to shame with what he's got built, and the fact that he's been able to keep it for all of these years, even through, divorce years ago and whatnot. He really is the world's most interesting modeler. And that was one of the, I would say, proudest moments for me on the channel, not just this year, but in the 5 years, was being able to interview him and bring him to the world. So I hope more folks will check that out over time, because again, he's just an amazing man. Some other fun things were all these car builds that we did. And I enjoy those. This year I did a lot more tank builds than normal, and particularly those World of Tanks tanks that I really enjoy doing. So Halloween season was a little different, and we spent a lot more time crafting than we did modeling, but it was still a fun time of year. And I just can't believe how fast the year goes by. It's like somebody's taken a drill to the back of the clock and turned it on, and the hands just spin. And I can't believe how fast the days go by, and the weeks go by, and the months go by, and I hate to say it, the years go by. It's crazy. So anyway, I hope you got something out of that video, and there's a lot of ideas I have for this upcoming year. We'll see what comes to fruition, but I know it's going to be fun, and we're going to take you along with us. So on the stash, we had the A-Team van, which was, one of my, I guess you could call it bucket list items. Always wanted one of those kits. Really wanted the real thing or something similar to the real thing. Came close at one point in my life when I had a young family, but it just wasn't to be. Neat van, I love it. I can't wait to get this thing painted. Probably not going to go with a high gloss black. Probably going to go with a semi-gloss color with a nice red, the red stripe and all that stuff. Just trying to decide what to do with the interior of it. My friend Pete over at Pete's Model Car Customs turned me on to a great source for some weapons in that scale. So I need to contemplate that. But that's going to be a fun build that we'll get to this year. A lot of builds I want to get to this year. We'll see what we actually do, because time is just, wow. Time flies. And unfortunately, I'm doing a lot of projects that consume a lot of time. We'll get into that here in a minute. So coming up on the Kit Hoarder Stash, not sure, because I've got a bunch of stuff. Man, here's some things that are coming down the pipe pretty soon. We got a 72nd scale Airfix B25B. That's a great looking kit. We'll review sometime in the near future. Got a 56 Chevy from Revell. We've got more from that collection that I talked about. There's a Chevelle wagon that's got, you can build 3 different versions. Maybe we already did that one. Anyway, there's some other ones from that collection. Sorry, a couple of Mustangs from the 80s and 90s. And then I've acquired an old AMT Ertl KC135R model. Finally, after all these years, I built all of the other ones, but never did get an R model. They were pretty rare when they came out and were available, and I just never did get one. Then they got real expensive. I finally came across one for a decent price. So we'll be taking a look at that old gem. That's a beauty. So don't know what we got this week, but we will be having a show on Thursday for the Kit Hoarder Stash. Stay tuned. Okay, so the main show tomorrow. We're back from Las Vegas, which, I needed that. It was just a short little trip. Went with my youngest daughter, and she wanted to go see the Titanic exhibit again. We've both seen it when it was here in Salt Lake City. I saw it after it was, like, we were one of the first stops ever here in Salt Lake, and it's been like 20 years since I've been to it. But neat, really neat, really emotional, moving, some words for it if you haven't seen it. But it's got a residency now down at the Luxor. She wanted to go see it. Okay, kiddo, we can do that. We were looking at some other museums. We decided, because of time, that we would go to the other museums. We hit the Mob Museum. Oh, that is definitely worth going to. Definitely worth going to that. We did some other fun things while we were down there. And, of course, it's Vegas, so it's 60 degrees in the wintertime. And, we had a beautiful, beautiful time together. But I'm back, and I've been working really hard on this, the ship projects. Let's just call it that, the ship projects. Because there's like 3 or 4 that I've got going. One of these 350th scale ships in and of itself is a time killer. These things take so much time. But they are neat. But I got like 3 or 4 of them that I'm working on right now. So tomorrow's show is going to be about the Tennessee. This is one that I've had for a while, and it's actually not a Tennessee. I got what I could for a really cheap price, because honestly, to get this kit, you're anywhere between, if you're lucky, you can pick it up about $250, upwards of $350 to get the kit. So me being me, I acquired a hull, a Big 5, one of the Big 5 battleship hulls, several years back, and it was a California. Well, California's sister ship to the Tennessee. So it can't be that far off, right? Well, it's really not, but enough that I either have to go through and buy a bunch of parts from Model Monkey, or I have to scratch build. So which one do you think I'm going to do? I'll buy a few parts from Model Monkey, but for the most part, I'm going to scratch build. So I've been doing some scratch building, getting this to where it needs to be. It's not finished, and maybe someday we'll have a complete, show on the completion of all of these. But for now, it's enough to tell that it's definitely the Tennessee. So we're going to do that show tomorrow. Stay tuned for those who are interested in these big 350th scale ships, because I've also got the California on deck. Been converting what started out as one of those trumpeter or banner or whoever it is this week that's got the mold, Arizona kits that worked on a couple of years ago, and now it's I've decided to make it into the Pennsylvania. So I've been working on changing the bridge and a few other things for that. And then, of course, we still have the Missouri that's kind of sort of on the desk, but in the back part, as I get a little bit of time here and there. So that's what we got coming up tomorrow is the Tennessee. Know that it's not always easy for me to do all the stuff that I do here on this channel, because sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed by life, like we all get overwhelmed from time to time. I'm just grateful that I have modeling that I can retreat to. I'm very grateful that I have the doghouse here, that I can come out here. It's so messy and disorganized. You guys would never have anything like this in your house, right? You know why? Because your wife wouldn't let you. Mine doesn't come out here. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that at all, because nobody comes out here except for once in a while I have a friend stop by and come out here. Wow, this is the coolest place ever. But none of the family want to come out to it because it's so disorganized. It's like, yeah, good. It's a repellent, keeps people out that I don't want to be here. So anyway, I'm very grateful to be able to have what I have in life. And I realize that a lot of people don't have what I have. And, I hope that some of the techniques and things that I show, just make it easier. Make it easier for you to be able to have your time for you, to work on, decompressing and whatnot. So, well, folks, I've rambled enough for today. I'm going to let you go. You guys have a great week. And tomorrow, check out the Tennessee. See what you think of it. Okay, bye.